Good morning, a Christmas celebration. Celebrate with us this morning as we begin our countdown to Christmas and our last show of the semester.
Get the coffee ready and open up those eyes. You're waking up with a special edition of Cardinal Weather.
From Ball State Unified Media, you're waking up with a special Christmas edition of Cardinal Weather with Tanner, Emerson, Katie, Joe, and Ballin, live from the Ball State Weather Center.
And good morning, you're looking live at the future site of the College of Healthcare at Ball State University. Looking live there, it's 32 degrees, very sunny outside. Meanwhile, back here in the Ball State Weather Center, I'm Tanner Holbrook.
And I'm Emerson Lehman. Thank you for joining us. We're joined by Katie Parker, Ballin Salivari, and Joe Struce. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us, guys. Tanner, big show coming up.
Really big show. It is our last show of the semester. You know, just all around fun stuff planned for this show.
Christmas special. You can see the decorations, guys. Joe and Ballin put in
a
some
lovely tree.
Extra work this morning, along with our executive producer Nathan. It looks wonderful, guys. Very well done.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's get right to it. The Atlantic hurricane season officially came to an end Thursday, and it was a catastrophic one. There were 17 named storms this season. Of those, 6 were major hurricanes, meaning they reached Category 3 or higher. 3 of those major hurricanes hit U.S. soil this year: Harvey, Irma, and Maria. Damage estimates for those storms range from $300 to $475 billion. Harvey alone dumped an estimated 27 trillion gallons of rain over Texas and Louisiana, while Maria devastated the island of Puerto Rico. A 4th hurricane, Nate, also made U.S. landfall but did not reach major status. Nate did cause an estimated $2.5 billion in damages. But while 2017 was a busy Atlantic hurricane season, it was not a record year. The Atlantic hurricane season of 2005 had 28 named storms, of which 15 were hurricanes.
And meanwhile, in the nation's capital, they felt a tremor that shook the suburbs of Virginia. The 4.1 magnitude earthquake struck the capital shortly after 3:44 p.m. You were looking at the sunrise this morning over the U.S. Capitol building. The Delaware Emergency Management Agency told the Dover Post that there were no reports of damage or injuries. The United States Geological Society called this earthquake, quote, extremely rare. Yeah, and a beautiful sunrise over the nation's capital this morning.
Beautiful sunrise here in Muncie, Tanner.
But kind of cold.
Kind of cold, very different to the warm weather we've had recently. Joe, what can we expect for the days ahead?
Yeah, it has been cold out there this morning. We will see those temperatures kick back up throughout the day today. Temperatures right now across the state are sitting somewhere in the low 30s. We were at 31 this morning when we woke up here in Muncie. Right now, we're currently sitting at 30 degrees in Kansas City, 31 degrees in Minneapolis, 35 in Billings, 38 in Denver. So very cold air mass currently sitting across most of the nation this morning. Now as we move forward, today's highs across the nation will be at 54 degrees in Kansas City, 41 in Minneapolis. We're going to warm up to 68 degrees down in Dallas. That's because we have this strong southerly flow coming from a high pressure that's seated across most of central United States today. That's going to bring southerly flow, going to bring a lot of moisture, going to bring a lot of warm air across the mid-Atlantic region. Up to the northwest, you can see we got some cooler air up there. That's going to make its way to our area in the middle of next week. That's going to bring temperatures way down for us here in Muncie. Now, across the nation this morning, we do have some cloud cover, especially in the southeast and way up in the northwest. That's our next system that we're watching as it makes its way into our area this weekend. Winter outlook was just released by NOAA's Climate Prediction Center. We're expecting cooler and weather in the northwest and then some warmer weather in the south. Important thing to note is we've been above average here in the Midwest over most of the last few weeks. This weekend is going to be our last weekend of above average temperatures. It's the first weekend of meteorological winter. We will not feel like it's meteorological winter as we'll be sitting in the low 50s for our high temperatures. Next Wednesday, we see a big change. We see a big decrease in the temperatures, and we may see some snow on the horizon. Billy, I know you're ready for that snow. We've talked about it many times here at Cardinal Weather. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I'm excited for like snowboarding season, snowmobiling, but I don't know. I enjoy fall weather quite a bit.
I like the fall, but I also love winter.
It's the
most
It's the first weekend of
time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a great time. All right, Joe, thank you so much. Hey, coming up, an update about a former Ball State football player who was detained in China. That's right after your weather now. 8:05 on a Friday morning. It is time to take a look at what is trending now. Okay, I know there are a lot of royal family fans, and they've been in the news recently. The moment you guys have all been waiting for is here. They have announced a date for the royal wedding taking place in May. Actually, yeah. Take a look at this. The couple is deciding to have their wedding during Memorial Day weekend. They set the date for Saturday, May 26th, which means their family and friends are going to have an extra day to recover after all of the festivities. The couple is getting hitched in the beautiful St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle just outside of London. So if you're thinking about watching another royal wedding, plan your holiday weekend accordingly.
And Tanner, very excited about this because that is the day before the Indianapolis 500.
So big
it's
weekend.
A huge weekend.
Huge weekend.
Huge
a
weekend.
big fun-filled weekend for you.
I'm quite thrilled about that. And moving on, speaking of the Indy 500, some sad news
very
for
sad
Indy
news.
500 fans. A beloved singer and actor, best known for his role as Gomer Pyle in the Andy Griffith Show, has died. Jim Nabors was 87 when he died early Thursday morning in Honolulu, Hawaii. His career started in the early 1960s with different television shows until his breakout on the Andy Griffith Show. He also made dozens of albums, recording ballads, show tunes, gospel, country songs, and Christmas carols. And of course, guys, he regularly sang Back Home Again in Indiana at the Indy 500 every year. I was able to see him 14 times, guys, and he will be greatly missed.
Well,
his last time
course.
was in 2014, I believe.
It's very sad, him singing Back Home Again at the race was a long-standing tradition. It's going to be sad to see him go.
He was very much an icon, and it's very sad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, transitioning now to some serious local news. A former Ball State football player has been detained in China for more than 14 months.
Yeah, that's right. We're joined now by Ball State Daily News sports editor Kara Biernat. Kara, you've been following this story for several weeks now, I understand.
Yes, good morning. It's been 14 months since Wendell Brown was arrested in China after getting into a bar fight, causing a man to undergo a severe eye injury. Now, although Wendell had no prior arrest and denied the charge, saying it was self-defense, he was sent to jail and has yet to be released.
And now, Kara, Wendell, a former football player here at Ball State, what was he doing in China?
Yeah, now when he finished playing in China, he did a little work in the Canadian League, and then he decided to become a coach. So he was actually living in China, coaching American football.
Now, it's kind of unclear to me, has his family actually been able to contact him, or what's the deal with that?
Yeah, following this story for quite some time now, I've been in contact with his mother, Antoinette Brown, and his 10-year-old son, Wendell Brown Jr., and they have been contacting him through one letter a month through the U.S.
Is that all they
Embassy.
get? That's all they get?
Yeah, that's all they get.
Whoa.
They send one, and he can receive one. So they've been reaching out to a lot of public officials, senators, congressmen. However, they've had no luck getting anything back yet. And the last time I spoke with his mother, she said that looking forward, their goal right now is just to get him back for Christmas.
Well, Kara, thank you so much for joining us. We certainly hope the best for Wendell Brown and his family. Hopefully they can have him home for the holidays. Meanwhile, Joe has a look at the local weather. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we're back here taking a look at the local weather here in central Indiana. We woke up this morning to temperatures in the low 30s. Right now sitting at 32 degrees in Indianapolis, 24 degrees the cold spot. Lafayette currently this morning a little bit warmer out in Champaign, around 28 degrees. These temperatures are quite cold this morning. We woke up to some frost on our cars this morning. We will see those temperatures kick back up throughout the day today. Currently in Muncie, we're at 29 degrees under calm conditions with the winds. That's because we're seated under pretty strong high pressure, keeping things calm, cool, and dry throughout the region today, and that's going to persist throughout the weekend. Now, today's December 1st. It is the first day of meteorological winter, but it's not going to feel like that. 53 degrees will be your high in Indianapolis today, 52 in Lafayette, so we'll be in the low to maybe mid-50s, especially if we get some stronger southerly flow to move in the upper levels of the atmosphere today. That could bring some of the temperatures up, especially into central Indiana. For tonight, we'll see conditions kick back down. Again, as I mentioned, we're under high pressure. That means we're not going to see a lot in terms of cloud cover. That's going to allow temperatures to drop pretty far down tonight. 33 degrees will be your low tonight with those winds out of the south, only 5 miles per hour. Again, a nice night, but a cold night. Now, Precision Cast is going to take us through 6 o'clock tonight. We'll be sitting sunny skies, really not expecting a whole lot. As we move through the night tonight, a very weak cold front is going to make its way through the state. We'll see some cloud cover maybe as we wake up tomorrow morning. Really going to move through here pretty quick, very weak system. We'll see sunny skies throughout the day on Saturday, and we'll see sunny skies again for your day on Sunday. Moving forward now, we will see a high tomorrow of 55 degrees with partly cloudy skies. temperatures are above average. It's been the trend the last couple of days. The average temperature for this time of the year is 43 degrees. We're in the mid-50s, so it's very above average, very unseason-like, especially now that we are in the first weekend of December. For your 7-day forecast now, look, 61 degrees is your high temperature on Monday. Strong southerly air is going to make its way to the area. It's going to be complemented by a cold front, which is going to make its way into the area on Tuesday, bringing rain chances. And then once those rain chances move out, we will see temperatures drop very far down, mid-30s for your high temperatures throughout the middle of next week. And then we'll see lows in the 20s. This is the first hit of winter. Again, we've talked about it many times. Mr. Emerson, Mr. Tanner.
All right, thank you very much, Joe. Coming up, we open the dialogue this morning on a polarized issue, climate change. Stay with us here on Waking Up with Cardinal Weather.
You're waking up with Cardinal Weather.
Welcome back to Waking Up with Cardinal Weather, 8:12 on this Friday morning. We now turn to the opening dialogue this morning about a very hot-button issue, climate change.
In a two-part series, CNN's Clarissa Ward travels to Greenland to see firsthand how climate change is impacting the region.
Imagine a world where you can sail right up to the North Pole, where the largest ice sheet in the northern hemisphere is simply melting away.
The melt is winning this game.
We've now broken all-time records for 3 consecutive years.
As oceans continue to rise, flooding the streets of American cities half a world away.
What happens in the Arctic doesn't stay in the Arctic.
Imagine a world where hurricanes and heat waves wreak havoc.
Breaking news as Hurricane Irma continues to show no mercy.
Just a hellstorm. The fire just whipped.
Where politicians deny the problem as temperatures continue to rise.
It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay?
Greenland is an epicenter for climate change.
What if I told you this is already happening, right here, right now, that we are the primary cause and that only we have the power to stop it? This is Greenland. Though you will find very little greenery here. Home to some of the most stunning wildlife on the planet, the world's largest island is more than 80% made up of pure ice.
It's only from the air that you really get a sense of the scale and the enormity of this ice sheet. And what's just staggering to imagine is that in the center of the island, this ice is 2 miles thick.
It looks as though time has stood still for thousands of years, but this environment reflects the big changes in our world's atmosphere. As the planet gets warmer, the Arctic is heating up at double the rate, and Greenland in particular is warming even faster. Jason Box is an American climate scientist who has been coming to this remote corner of the world for more than 20 years.
The amount of water that's produced all across this landscape has increased, like it's doubled in the last 50 years.
Doubled in the last 50 years.
Everywhere you go in Greenland, you can see and hear the ice sheet melting. Sometimes a drip, sometimes a roar. Its surface is etched with fast-flowing rivers that carry the meltwater deep down to the bed.
This water cascades down thousands of feet and eventually makes its way to the bed. And it's heating the bed of the ice sheet. Everything's kind of stacking up that the ice is going faster than forecast.
And no sign of slowing down.
The melt is winning this game.
And the more Greenland melts, the more it speeds up the melting process. Take the large melt lakes that are forming on top of the ice sheet. Stunning to look at, but bad news for the ice. These lakes are deceptively beautiful because whereas the white of the ice actually reflects the sunlight, the piercing blue of the lakes actively absorbs it, heating them up and then accelerating the rate of melt. Perhaps the clearest example of this vicious melt cycle can be seen in Greenland's many glaciers. A glacier is a mass of thick ice that moves under the force of its own weight, like a slow river into the sea. But as meltwater moves through the ice, it softens it, draining to the bed where it then lubricates the movement of the glacier. We got a rare close-up view of one of Greenland's fastest moving glaciers. Named Helheim, after the Viking realm of the dead, it is vast and unforgiving.
This is one of the most productive glaciers in Greenland. It's about 3 Golden Gate bridges wide, and it drains on the order of like 40 billion metric tons per year. It's like an almost astronomical amount of water that this is delivering from high on the inland ice sheet down into the sea.
Between August of last year and August of this year, New York University scientists say Helheim retreated a whopping 2 miles, the furthest retreat inland they have seen in a decade. You can see vast chunks of it crashing into the water, a process called calving.
And what does that mean for the sea?
There's hundreds of glaciers like this in Greenland, and many of them have like doubled in speed. So the rate that Greenland is decanting into the ocean has really gone up in ways that surprise the science community.
And it's not only scientists who have been surprised. 56-year-old Tobias has been hunting with his dogs in Greenland his whole life, just like his father and grandfather before him. Only these days there's far less ice for dog sledding.
Things is very fast. 15 years ago, all maybe from here to 500 meters and more is glacier. So we can start dog sledding from down from sea.
Is that something you have seen with your own eyes?
Yeah, I can see this. Now we cannot hunt in July month from dog sledding, only boat.
This year, Tobias has to take his dogs off the ice and back to town for the summer. He doesn't know if his grandsons will become hunters.
Just really interesting stuff in that piece. And you know, climate change doesn't just affect Greenland, it can also affect places like here in Muncie.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out right off the bat is we've been above average here over the last couple of weeks. Our temperatures have been sitting above average for where they should be at the end of November. You see a lot of stuff online, people saying, oh, I love global warming because it's keeping things warm. When we talk about climate change, that's over a long period of time. The weather now is simply just a weather pattern, which is what's keeping things above average now. So it's not, a result of global warming is not why we're experiencing above average temperatures today, as opposed to below average next week.
And we spoke off camera, Joe. We mentioned that, you know, with those strong hurricane storms, that we feel like maybe that affects the weather here in the Midwest. But you said it may be the other way around, that the Midwest weather actually affects those storms.
Right, like Ballant, you could throw in too that, you know, when those hurricanes come ashore, a lot of what happens here kind of affects the tracks of those hurricanes.
Yeah, too, and you know, like with high pressure systems too, those are, you know, pretty strong systems. So when we get that low pressure system coming from a hurricane, sometimes that high pressure system can counteract the track of it. So the effects we get here aren't as significant. And then not only that, with global warming being linked to hurricanes, those warmer temperatures cause the sea to be warmer, which can be linked to more hurricane formations. So while we did get a lot of significant hurricanes this year, that can't be a direct link just because it's one off year, because, you know, with global warming and just the Earth in general, we get warming and cooling periods. I mean, we've had several ice ages in the past, so we could just be under a warming trend right now. However, there is data showing that since the start of the Industrial Revolution, when we're requiring more and more output from power, leading to more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, that is being linked to warmer temperatures. So, however, this year we have seen the past 11 months be above average for this, or compared to the past several years, and the past, 5 or so years have been well above average in terms of temperatures. So while it's not a direct link, we are seeing a continuous warming trend.
All right, well, Balin and Joe, thank you both so much. Balin, we look forward to hearing from you with our national weather. That's after your weather now.
One or two.
And you're waking up with Cardinal weather, 31 degrees outside. Pretty sunny outside. Meanwhile, back inside the Ball State Weather Center, it's time to take a look at our national forecast. Balin?
Yep, and good morning, you guys. We're waking up to some chilly temperatures across the nation right now. Here locally in Muncie, we are sitting at 29 degrees out the door, 30 degrees in Kansas City, and Billings, Montana, sitting at 35 degrees. All throughout much of the Midwest, lower 30s to upper 40s, 41 degrees in Seattle. And then for the highs today, we'll see a nice range in temperatures, 48 degrees in Cincinnati. Miami Beach going to sit at 78 for the high today, 54 in Kansas City, and then Billings, Montana will reach a high of 47 degrees. And you can see this southerly flow working its way in with these lighter and darker greens. That's showing warmer air moving into the Midwest. And that's what's causing those above average temperatures for this time of year. In Muncie, we're at about 7 degrees above average for this time of year, with the average sitting right at around 42 to 43 degrees for this time of year. And you can see all throughout the Midwest, clear skies. This is because we are under a region of high pressure right now. That's going to lead to clear conditions for the next several days, all the way through Sunday. You can still see by Sunday at 8 a.m., we're still going to see sunny conditions. This is our next system that we're going to keep an eye on that's going to work its way in mid next week. You can see snowfall throughout much of the upper northwest through Billings all the way up to Portland, Oregon. Snowfall there and a few isolated showers down south possible throughout the next several days down south. Apart from that, clear conditions for much of the United States. Then for the winter weather outlook, normal conditions can be expected for this winter according to the National Weather Service for much of Indiana. Warmer than normal temperatures and conditions in terms of snowfall and precipitation expected for much of the south, and significantly cooler and wetter conditions for the upper northwest into Canada.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for that. Hey, now it is time to look back. We're going to kind of reflect here on the desk about our favorite Christmas gifts. So let's go ahead and start with Katie.
'Tis the season.
Oh my, okay. So thinking back to the last, 2 years, I think my favorite Christmas gift that I've gotten was kind of small. It was a mug that my mom had made on, I think it was Shutterfly, and it was a bunch of pictures of me and my dogs. So I really, really liked that.
I've seen that mug, and I love that mug.
It's my favorite.
Isn't that, it's at our
It's at
apartment.
your, it's your apartment
It's
right
at
now.
my apartment. That's funny. Well, my favorite Christmas gift, I don't know, there was one particular thing I can remember is I wanted an iPod Touch for so long, and I don't know why.
Gotta get all those beats, man.
Yeah,
You gotta be listening. You gotta be jamming.
But this was like in 2007. It was like when they first came out. I don't know. That's just a memorable gift for me.
All right. I'm going to recycle my answer from last year when we did our little mini-series, but my favorite gift, Santa brought me a snowmobile when I was 3.
Ooh,
and
that's a good
3-year-old Emerson, was pretty pumped. So, yeah, that's my favorite gift.
My favorite was probably some hockey skates that I got a couple years ago.
Oh, a big hockey fan.
Big hockey fan. So, still working, still gliding. Balin?
For me, it was probably when I was about 6, when they came out with the original Xboxes, you know, the
Oh.
giant ones.
Oh, yeah.
I was about 6, and, you know, I was picking up the box, and, like, I couldn't lift it up.
were
It's little
tanks.
me. So I opened it, and I was wanting one for, like, 2 years, and, you know, I was ecstatic about it. So I was like,
there
let's
you
go.
go. Me too. All right, so shopping. Did any of us go Black Friday shopping? I know we haven't had a show since.
I
2 weeks ago.
worked Black Friday.
Oh, how was that?
Doing retail. It was crazy.
Yeah?
It was.
Any
Insane.
fights?
I don't. No, we did have some really mean customers though.
I believe it.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're very rowdy, almost
Be
cutthroat
nice.
a little
Be
bit.
nice,
but
everyone. Be nice.
yeah, I don't know if I'm cut out for retail.
Meanwhile, yeah. But did anyone go shopping for Cyber Monday?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really have to go anywhere. You just get
sit
on your computer.
Amazon, get a little deal.
Yeah.
Get some new shirts, you know.
Some new shirts.
Well, we have a Cyber Monday package, I believe, that we'd like to play. Let's check it out.
Shoppers are sending a message. It pays to buy online. By the end of this Cyber Monday, shoppers spent nearly $7 billion online, making it the largest online shopping day in history, according to Adobe Analytics data. Top sellers on the web included the Nintendo Switch, Apple AirPods, and streaming devices like Google Chromecast and Roku. In terms of sites, the big winner on Cyber Monday, Amazon. This past Cyber Monday is now considered the biggest shopping day in Amazon's history. From Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, Amazon says customers ordered hundreds of millions of products. The most popular? The Amazon Echo Dot smart speaker. People also liked Amazon's Fire TV stick, Fire 7 tablets, and Ancestry DNA kits. Ancestry says this Cyber Monday, it sold 700% more kits in one day than the entire holiday period last year. The Cyber Monday news is good for online sites, but may be a warning to traditional brick-and-mortar stores. Invest online or see holiday shoppers disappear. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
All right, and coming up, it will be time to get our game on.
Yeah, that's right, Emerson. We are going to test your weather knowledge with this year's edition of Weather Jeopardy. That's right after your weather now.
Welcome back to Waking Up with Cardinal Weather. It is time now for your weather history, everyone. One of my favorite segments, of course. And an early winter storm produced more than 6 inches of snow along a 1,000-mile-long path from central Oklahoma to northern Michigan. This was a few years ago. This storm also produced significant freezing rain, which impacted the St. Louis area. An estimated 500 or more homes and businesses were without power in the St. Louis area after that storm. So no winter storms here today, folks, but hopefully it stays away for the near future.
And I'm excited for this particular segment because it is Jeopardy time.
Jeopardy time.
Jeopardy time.
We love Jeopardy.
All right, so let's bring in Ballant and Joe.
Tanner, I love the sweatpants today.
You can't see it, so thanks for calling me out, bud. Yeah, it was a little late night last night, so sweatpants it is today.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Are we in?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
This is the battle of weather between the anchors and the weather guys, right? Yes.
All right, we got Name That Cloud, Pop Culture, U.S. States, Weather Instruments, Weather 101, and Random Weather Facts. Just so you guys know at home, they're on a team, we're on a team.
We don't have weather education.
Yeah, they do. So this is going to be fun.
We'll test our knowledge, so
yeah,
I hope we don't fail our professors on this.
Yeah,
that would be bad.
All right, weather choose first.
Weather choose
Joe,
first.
I'm going to leave this to you.
Let's go Weather 101 for 200.
Ooh.
What kind of weather typically brings fair, sunny conditions?
What is a high pressure system?
Oh, we're supposed to
Right?
See, we don't even have a way to buzz in.
No, we
here,
don't.
so-
We'll just go whoever claps first, okay?
Whoever claps first?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever claps first.
What is a high pressure system?
Is that right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
We're on the board.
We're in trouble.
All right, here we go.
Let's go, Tanner.
Usually when you win the question, you
Yeah,
keep
they get to
going.
go.
We're going to sweep this
Strike
board.
2, Bill.
Let's go Weather 101 for 400. Weather 101 for 400, sir. Thank you.
Nathan, shouts to him for working the camera.
Ooh.
One killer among thunderstorms is,
Lightning.
to say flooding.
We'll go flooding.
Shoot. I don't know.
Nathan, which one is it?
It's technically flooding.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay,
$600.
cool. All right, sweeping the board. Can we get random weather facts for 300, please?
Oh, got this one. Ginger Z.
How are we supposed to know
That
that?
is correct.
How am I supposed to know that?
All right, one more.
This
One
is
more?
a blowout.
Hey, you guys picked the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Should we go all
Thank
in?
you. Yeah.
Pop culture 500.
Pop culture.
Pop
500.
culture 500.
Oh.
Ooh.
Who plays the weatherman in Groundhog Day? Bill, what is Bill Murray? I think.
I don't know the answer to that.
I think it's Bill Murray. I could be very wrong.
Nathan says he doesn't know the
Do we
answer.
even have the answer?
Yeah, do we don't have the
We don't have
It is Bill Murray.
They're saying it's Bill Murray.
It's Bill Murray.
there.
All right.
So what's our final score? I think we still won.
Yeah.
600, 500?
Sorry, guys.
Can that get reimbursed for my
Yeah.
tuition
Game,
so I
nice
don't have to
game.
pay it?
Nice game. Good game.
Appreciate it.
We didn't stand a chance. We didn't
Yeah,
stand a chance.
we lost. Well, we had one thing, so that's good. All right. Well, anyway, that is it for us this semester for Waking Up with Cardinal Weather. Thank you so much for joining us on a Friday morning.
Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Have a wonderful winter break. We will see you next semester.